Meet Bud, who is happy, laid back, and smart. Peppy is nosy, playful, and vocal. Faith is athletic, dog-friendly, and neat. What do you do if you find a stray dog? Check out the coloring or lack of coloring on this kitty. And Dog Alley. It's Pick Your Next Pet at the ACAPL.
Everybody, welcome in. So the first dog I have to introduce to you today, his name is Bud, and he did not come to us as a stray. He came to us with some unfortunate circumstances. His owner could no longer care for him, so we do know that he was in a home and he was loved. He was not a stray. Unfortunately, we don't know too much else about him. We do know that he's a slightly older boy. We have him aged at 3. He could be somewhere between 3 and 5. Handsome, probably a shepherd mix. He's a very well-behaved dog, and I think he's going to make somebody a very happy family member. I would say that he is housebroken. That boy holds it all night, and then he runs outside and tries to pee on the very first spot he finds, which I know is a plus for a lot of people. He's not the, hello, hi, oh, hello, this is your microphone. He's not the, extreme cuddliest dog you'll ever meet. As you just saw, he'll come up and get some attention, but he doesn't need constant attention. In his kennel, he does a really good job at just settling down, laying down, and waiting his turn to go outside. As far as other dogs, it's a maybe. I would say he definitely wants someone that's a little more calm. So if you've got other older dogs in the home, it's a maybe. Not that I've ever seen him be mean to other dogs, but I don't think he'd like someone super crazy with puppy energy or anything like that. I would likely put him in a home with older kids or all adults simply because of his size and because I don't know what his experience with kids is like. But otherwise, like I said, he's just looking for somewhere to just relax. He definitely likes outside time. He likes to walk around, pee on things. You know how dogs be. So if you've got a fenced-in yard that he can hang out in most of the day and then just come in, I think he'd really enjoy that.
Yesterday was much warmer.
Yes. What's that? right, so next up on my list, you all know I had to do it to Bob. I had to bring out a Beagle Boy because every single Beagle we get here, I make sure that he gets to meet. And Pepe here, he's kind of special. You know, Beagles aren't necessarily my favorite hounds in general. The noise they make is usually quite excessive and loud. But he, on the other hand, I mean, he definitely has it in him. I've heard it when he gets really excited about mealtime or it's time to come inside or go outside. Like, he knows when our times are of things and he gets excited. But for the most part, he actually is rather quiet. I mean, when he wants to be loud, he's loud. But other than that, he's a good boy. I think for the most part, he rests in his kennel. When people walk by, if I'm coming by, he gets excited and he jumps up. But otherwise, he's pretty calm. He definitely seems to like other dogs. I think he would absolutely love having a playmate. As far as playfulness with us, you can kind of see in the video, he seems interested in play, doesn't really know what to do with toys, and can also be independent. So he might be a good, like, where he'd be a good hiking buddy, or if you just have a large yard, he can just roam, sniff, do his own thing. He'd like that too. So kind of easy to please in that way. Or if you have a smaller apartment, he's a small dog, just play around in your apartment and go for short walks. He's going to be pretty happy with that. He's round, he's well fed, so we're thinking he had a family out there somewhere that maybe just changed their mind about him. He's on the younger side, he's a sweet boy, got the cutest floppy ears. I could see him doing well with kids too. Not so sure about cats. Nothing about him tells me he'd be bad though, so I think it would be worth giving him a chance with cats. He may chase, he may get curious. And I will say he got his name, and the reason I'm thinking it right now is I'm looking at him, he's getting ready to roll in the grass. He came in smelling the absolute worst smell a dog can have. He was rolling in roadkill. So he got a bath immediately, and that is why he has the name Pepe, like Pepe Le Pew. But other than that, he has not been a problem here at all. We love him, and we would love to see him get a home.
Yeah, look at those big ears. Look at those ears. What's this? Okay, nose and sit. 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 No, not sit. Good, not sit.
Of Faith and Fallon, so a dog that looks just like her. They came in together. They could possibly be siblings, mother and daughter, somehow related because they look almost identical.
Mothers and daughters are not siblings.
Yes, I'm saying they're one or the other. Fallon is a little bit bigger than her and a little bit more dominant, whereas she is very laid back, very submissive, and just a sweet girl, Miss Faith here. Faith is probably about 2 years old, so on the younger side, has plenty of energy, but I don't think it's too much. Like, you'll see, she'll get the zoomies, she'll have fun, but like right now, while we're not giving her any attention, she's just kind of casually walking around, sniffing, doing her thing. So it's not like craziness. I think she's an absolute sweetheart. She's a little on the shyer side when she first gets to know you, but even Bob, who she literally just met, she did good. And then when he kind of jogged away to go grab something, she wanted to follow him because she's like, where are we going? What are we doing? So that's all it takes. It's just probably, one good meeting where you play with her, hang out. She'll build that trust, give her lots of good treats. Yeah, she's a doll. She keeps her kennel very neat. If you have young kids, she may not be the perfect fit. But I would say school age or older, there's a possibility for her. And if you have other dogs, she may be interested in that. She loves playing with Fallon, the dog that she came in with. And I think she would be very interested in playing with some other dogs as well, possibly joining a pack. So if that's what you got going on and you think that Faith is adorable, which she is, and you think she's a good fit, definitely give us a call.
Cats?
Maybe with cats. I haven't seen anything that gives me a concern, but you never know. She does seem like the type that would like to chase.
You think? Hi.
Welcome to Ask Ashley. This is Ashley, and you can email Ashley Steed at asteed@acapl.org. And I've seen a lot of traffic, like on Facebook lately, about dogs there. People find dogs. Sometimes recently a dog jumped into somebody's car, but sometimes they're skittish and run away, and they're afraid for the safety of the dog. So different scenarios. What should people do?
Yeah, that's a good question. So right now we have contracts with the county, which would be our 2 dog wardens, and the city of Ashtabula. So if you're within city limits, you can call an animal control officer. And that can be your first move. If you're in a highly residential area, I would definitely recommend, if the dog is friendly and comes right up to you and you're able to leash it at all, driving around asking neighbors if anybody recognizes him. If you're kind of out in the middle of the nowhere where there's not a lot of houses, you could still check at the closest house to wherever you find the dog and just say, hey, do you recognize him, or do you think any of your neighbors would know him? Those are good things to do first, just to cover those bases, that he didn't just, because some people, think about it, if your dog's not out on a leash and you're not out there watching your dog, if he's just in your yard, someone might think he's a stray when he's not. Or if he just runs up to see the mailman or something, when really the dog belongs right to that house. My own dog, Bean, is guilty of that. When he sees the mail lady, he gets so excited and he crosses the street to go meet her because she always has a treat for him. So that's on me. I got to train him to stay in our yard a little bit better, I guess. But that's all I'm saying, is that sometimes dogs aren't really that far from their own house. And it would be better if they don't come here at all. So asking around the closest houses is definitely the absolute first thing you should do. Beyond that, or if you're not able to get close enough to the dog, they kind of act like they want to say hi and then they run off. Definitely calling either the dog wardens or the animal control officer, depending on where you are, which if you don't know, you can always call like a non-emergency police number, and then they would connect you to the right person. If it is after standard business hours, which is about like 8 to 5 weekdays, they can dispatch them in the case of an emergency, which an emergency is going to be, either the animal is in danger or the animal is endangering people or other dogs. They can be dispatched, but sometimes they'll just send whoever's working, a police or a sheriff, out to catch the dog, and then it would end up here in that case. But there should always be somebody out there to help you. Now, if you try that If you try that and nobody answers and there's no help, again, if it's normal during normal business hours, give us a call. Let us know, hey, I found a stray. Nobody else is answering. What can I do? And we'll guide you from there. Most likely it'll come here, but we might give some other suggestions and tips. If it's after hours, again, the best thing you can do is get a hold of a non-emergency sheriff's department or police office.
Now, I saw one recently where the dog jumps into the person's car, takes the dog home, takes a picture of it, and puts it on Facebook, and somebody says, oh my God, that's my mother's dog.
Absolutely. If you're on social media and you are able to post a picture of the dog, problem is there's multiple pages, but there are like Ashtabula County lost and found animal pages. And you can actually do the same for cats. I like to tell people this as well because we do not take in stray cats, otherwise we would be completely overrun. But if you have a cat in your area that you do suspect is somebody's cat because it has a collar and you're just worried about it, you want to see if it has a home, that's another option you can do is take a picture of it, post it, see what's going on, see if anybody can get you some answers.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, so this here is Frosty. He's a little bit of an older cat, so if you're looking for someone, you know, just laid back, easygoing, he's a great option. Very sweet. He has not given us any problems. Not a fan of anything veterinary related, though. He did have to be pretty seriously restrained in order to do anything to him. But as far as just regular house cat behaviors, I think he'll be great. He is FIV positive, which it's been a little bit since we had one, so I wanted to kind of re-go over what that means. The feline immunodeficiency virus is not life-threatening. There is no cure for it. It is contagious, but only through an extremely deep bite. Now, if he were out in the wild, which he was not, he was an owner surrender. If he were out in the wild, it would take a toll on his health because he'd be constantly exposed. He'd be constantly exposed to just a lot of threats. He'd, be hungrier, it'd be harder to find food, things like that. But when they're in an indoor setting and cats are fed properly, taken care of, they are seen by the vet regularly, FIV does not typically affect their lifespan at all. All it does is make them a little more likely to get sick if he were to come in contact with like an upper respiratory virus or something, which would be a common cold for a cat. Because FIV is contagious through a bite, we do not adopt cats out to homes unless that other cat in the home also has FIV. So he would be good in an only cat home, or if you had another cat that was FIV positive, or if you wanted to adopt 2 of our cats that are FIV positive, which every once in a while we have more than 1. Right now we do. So if you want multiple cats, you can still come here and just adopt 2 and see if they get along. And then that way, if for whatever reason a fight does happen or anything, they both already have it, so it's no big deal. But this guy, he is just so dang sweet. Like, I just want him. And look how handsome he is with those just all solid white, beautiful green eyes. I just honestly can't believe he's still here. This is Neil. And if you remember me saying, any cat with an N name does come from a hoarding case. So he was one of our kitties that was kept in those small crates and basically just lived his life in there. And all things considered, that gentleman he did feed them, kept them having water, all that stuff. So none of them are in poor health or anything. He is missing just a little bit of fur on his back and his belly, but he's gaining weight and he's growing it back, so he is going to be A-okay. Hi. I just thought that I would introduce you to him because he has the gorgeous, like a medium length hair that I think a lot of people would be into. And he's a little bit of a smaller boy. Usually long-haired cats like Maine Coons are huge, and he's kind of on the smaller side. And as you could see, he definitely wants to play, so he wants out of here. Lived with other cats, so I don't see any of that being a problem. He keeps his kennel pretty neat. He doesn't go like absolutely crazy in the middle of the night or anything. And I would just love to see him find a forever home. Oh, purring. Purr baby.
A little quieter because I just ate.
walking a dog and I'm never blue. I'm a walking the dog, I ain't thinking about you. Don't need no one to tie me down. I'm a walking the dog and a painting the town. Such an easy life I never knew until the